Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both intriguing and essential. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Our channel covers various aspects of narcissism, including some angles you might not have considered before. In this discussion, we'll focus on a specific situation involving narcissistic flying monkeys. If you've dealt with narcissist before, you might be familiar with this term. It describes a scenario where a narcissist, whether new or already present in your life, starts to influence your close ones negatively. These individuals could be family members, like parents, siblings, and friends, or even colleagues and acquaintances. The narcissist's goal is to spread harmful and false stories about you, to weaken your support network and sway these individuals to their side, thus isolating you further. This tactic is often seen in divorces or separations. For example, a narcissistic partner might try to ruin your reputation among extended family members by spreading negative information. Their aim is to gain allies and undermine your support system, deepening your self-doubt and exacerbating the effects of gaslighting. You may wonder how a narcissist can turn people against you so effectively. The answer lies in their natural charm and persuasive skills. Narcissists are adept at engaging with people, making them highly persuasive. They can portray themselves as sympathetic figures, lamenting how much effort they put into the relationship, only to then reveal distressing facts about you, their partner. Their skill in setting the stage for such revelations is remarkable. They might approach your loved ones with lines like, "This is really difficult for me to say, but I feel it's crucial that you know the truth about your sister, daughter, or friend." Through such manipulative performances, narcissists excel at spreading lies and deceit about you to those you hold dear. They have a unique ability to twist past arguments, distort things that have been said, and sometimes even concoct complete falsehoods. Their primary drive is to amass power, and they believe the best way to achieve this is by rallying everyone to their side. This behavior might remind you of playground tactics from elementary school. If I can persuade everyone to support me, then I become the leader, the metaphorical king of kickball. For narcissists, winning over people is not just a game. It's about achieving victory and feeling more powerful and in control. So, what should you do if you find yourself targeted by a narcissist who is employing flying monkeys to turn your friends and loved ones against you? The first step is to acknowledge and process the emotional turmoil this situation causes. Discovering that a narcissist is spreading false narratives about you, thereby alienating people who were once close to you, can be incredibly painful. It might feel like a sudden loss as individuals who used to be part of your life start avoiding you, not returning calls, or canceling plans without explanation. This can leave you bewildered and hurt, questioning what went wrong. Consider the story of two brothers. One was highly narcissistic, and the other a genuinely kind individual. The narcissistic brother was obsessed with being the most admired in the family. To achieve this, he launched a smear campaign against his kind-hearted sibling. He took every opportunity to spread vile rumors and negative stories about him to anyone willing to listen. Since the kind brother lived far away and couldn't maintain regular contact with the rest of the family, he was unaware of these developments. When he finally attended a family gathering after some time, he was taken aback by the cold and indifferent reception he received from everyone. He was confused and distressed, trying to figure out what he might have done wrong. It wasn't until months later that someone from their circle took him aside to reveal the truth about the malicious lies his brother had been spreading. The kind-hearted brother was utterly shocked by these revelations. He thought to himself, "Now things are starting to make sense." Reflecting on his interactions with people involved in this scenario, he felt a profound sadness. It was astonishing how easily these individuals could be swayed by the manipulative tactics of the narcissist. The complexity of family dynamics played a role, but he was deeply wounded by the betrayal and found himself at a loss for how to proceed. He experienced a period of mourning and distress, realizing that his once strong network of relationships had crumbled as people turned their backs on him. Many of us may have encountered similar situations in our lives. I recall another story that sheds light on how to navigate such challenging circumstances. The impact of a narcissist's actions can be far-reaching, causing harm not only in personal relationships, but also in professional environments and within the wider community. It's astonishing how narcissists fail to consider the consequences of their behavior. Lacking empathy, they inflict profound damage on individuals in these situations. In my conversation with the kind brother, juxtaposed with the actions of his cruel sibling, I asked him if these relationships mattered to him. He responded affirmatively. My advice was not to try to defend himself or launch into explanations. I cautioned him against labeling his brother as a narcissist in conversations. Instead, I suggested he be himself when he re-engaged with people. They had always appreciated him for who he was, and it was his brother's misleading words that caused the rift. As he reconnected with the people in his life, they came to recognize once again the genuinely good person he was. His relationships began to mend. There was a sense of confusion at first, but he was able to address the situation by saying, "It seems there have been some misunderstandings within our family. I regret that you were subjected to certain discussions that perhaps should not have taken place. I'm truly sorry for any discomfort you've experienced." Gradually, these individuals reassessed their views of him and rebuilt their opinions based on renewed interactions. This story highlights the importance of maintaining one's integrity and the potential for healing and reconciliation, even in the face of deceit and manipulation by a narcissist. For the kind brother, those who truly valued him for the good person he was came back into his life relatively quickly. However, the more heartbreaking aspect of his situation was dealing with individuals who didn't return, the ones who believed every word the narcissistic brother had spread about him. When the kind brother discussed this with me, I pointed out that if they were that easily lost, perhaps they weren't truly valuable relationships to begin with. This might seem simplistic, especially considering these were relationships built over many years, representing significant losses for him. Yet, the reality that someone could be swayed so easily by another's words raises questions about the depth and quality of those relationships. More critically, it brings up why those individuals didn't seek him out for his side of the story. If someone is spreading harmful rumors about you, whether it's a spouse talking about your sister or any other close relation, you would expect your true friends and loved ones to approach you directly. In healthy relationships, this is usually what happens. Someone hears something concerning and brings it to you, saying, "I heard this, and it's troubling me." This was precisely the experience of the kind brother, where a genuinely caring person in his circle came forward. She demonstrated integrity and concern, which was a beacon of hope. Interestingly, in the weeks that followed, others within his social circle began to express doubts about the rumors they had heard, suggesting that people of good character and judgment eventually see through deceit. For the individual at the heart of this turmoil, the challenge lies in rebuilding oneself despite being wronged. This process is filled with injustice, pain, discomfort, and cruelty. Watching the strength of your relationships be put to the test is profoundly disconcerting, yet in a convoluted, perhaps even dark manner, the actions of the narcissist might inadvertently serve as a clarifying force. If someone's opinion of you can be so quickly and drastically altered based solely on someone else's assertions, it prompts a critical reflection on the true nature and value of those relationships. This ordeal, though undoubtedly painful, can lead to a deeper understanding of who your real allies are and the kind of relationships that are truly worth nurturing. The advice I offer to anyone who has been targeted by a narcissist and their flying monkeys, especially when trying to mend the aftermath, revolves around approaching the situation with dignity and grace. Remember, those around you knew your true character long before this ordeal. It's important to acknowledge that people can be susceptible to influence. Narcissists excel at exploiting this vulnerability with their charm, charisma, and persuasive abilities. However, when you face these individuals again, approach them with a sense of compassion. For instance, if you learn that someone has been fed lies about you, consider saying, "I've heard you were told some very negative things about me, and I'm truly sorry you had to hear that. Knowing me as you do, does what you heard seem consistent with my character?" Typically, they will recognize the inconsistency. Instead of directly refuting the lies, emphasize, "I don't wish to delve into the reasons behind those statements, but please know they are unfounded. I'm always here for a conversation if you encounter such troubling information." To effectively counteract the malign influence of a narcissist, the most powerful tool is to shine a light on the truth. Narcissists operate from a place of deep insecurity, treating those around them as mere pieces in their strategic game, aiming to manipulate and control to their advantage. They spread falsehoods to sway people to their side as if playing a perverse game of chess. Yet, you can outmaneuver them simply by being your authentic self. Be aware that the narcissist in your life might share personal details or secrets that were meant to remain private, betraying your trust. They might reveal confidences or exaggerate statements you made, potentially harming others in the process. For example, if you confided a family secret to a narcissistic partner, they might not hesitate to disclose this information to others. Unfortunately, in some instances, the damage caused in relationships may be irreparable. Efforts can be made to mend these rifts, and sometimes family members might even seek joint therapy to address the issues. However, what complicates matters is that by the time one realizes their partner exhibits narcissistic traits, years, possibly decades, may have elapsed. Throughout these years, as is common in marriages and long-standing relationships, intimate details and family secrets are shared. It's a harrowing thought that these secrets could later be wielded as weapons to cause harm, but it's a possibility one must be aware of. If you find yourself in such a predicament, the only recourse might be to try and heal the breach, engage in dialogue, accept responsibility for any indiscretions on your part, and strive for resolution. Moreover, if you're experiencing the turmoil of having a narcissist turn your own circle against you, it's an incredibly disorienting situation, epitomizing gaslighting at its worst. I cannot stress enough the importance of seeking therapy during such times. The feeling of the world collapsing around you, unsure of whom to trust, can be overwhelming. There will be someone in your corner, much like in the anecdote I shared earlier, where a few individuals stood up against the misinformation spread by the narcissist. If a narcissist decides to use your shared confidences against you, your options might be limited. Acknowledging the situation, explaining it as best as you can, and hoping for a favorable outcome might be your best bet. It's also a harsh realization that those who can easily turn their backs on you were perhaps never truly invested in the relationship. The phenomenon of flying monkeys, individuals manipulated by the narcissist to act against you, and the narcissist's ability to alienate you from your close ones can be among the most distressing consequences of a relationship with a narcissist. If you find yourself in such a predicament, the only recourse might be to try and heal the breach, engage in dialogue, accept responsibility for any indiscretions on your part, and strive for resolution. Moreover, if you're experiencing the turmoil of having a narcissist turn your own circle against you, it's an incredibly disorienting situation, epitomizing gaslighting at its worst. I cannot stress enough the importance of seeking therapy during such times. The feeling of the world collapsing around you, unsure of whom to trust, can be overwhelming. There will be someone in your corner, much like in the anecdote I shared earlier, where a few individuals stood up against the misinformation spread by the narcissist. In addition to seeking professional support, it's crucial to engage in self-reflection and personal growth. Recognizing your own emotions and reactions in the face of betrayal can provide valuable insights into your personal boundaries and resilience. This self-awareness can be instrumental in navigating future interactions and in reinforcing your sense of self. It's an opportunity to build emotional strength and to learn more about yourself in the process of healing from the narcissist's manipulation. Another key aspect to consider is the role of forgiveness, not just for those who may have been deceived by the narcissist, but also for yourself. Forgiveness can be a powerful tool for letting go of the anger and hurt associated with these experiences. It doesn't mean condoning the behavior, but rather releasing the hold it has on your emotional well-being. By forgiving, you create space for your own recovery and growth, allowing yourself to move forward without being tethered by past grievances. Thank you for watching. Your engagement with our content is greatly appreciated. Please remember to click the bell icon to receive notifications about our latest videos. Given the sensitive nature of topics like this one, your support means a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Your feedback and participation help us grow and continue to bring you valuable discussions. Thanks once again.